this battle between Roma and Porto. This could, of course, bring out the safety car again, and maybe this race will finish under the yellow. We certainly hope not. Hopefully the marshals can get those cars out of the way. And still, here's the battle at the front.
Yes, I hope those two leading cars are avoiding the debris on the track and the cars. Yeah, it seems all right.
Of course, you saw the yellow flags waved and no overtaking under the yellow flag situation. And it's just a local yellow. So that really, well, it doesn't help Porto at all, does it? Tristan Gomendi has less places to overtake, less chances.
Yes, plus I think he's been pushing very hard to close the gap on Frank, and he's probably both a little bit tired, and the tires probably have gone off as well. So everything combined, it's going to make it even more difficult for him to come back. So, but it's changing the field completely.
Yeah, Liverpool now 4th, Beijing 5th. Plenty of points for him, and Anderlecht in 6th place. Well, we said what a great job Stamatis Katsimis have been doing, but his inexperience showed at the end, and the rear end got away from him. There's the Liverpool car, and the Liverpool car has got Beijing right behind him now. And Davide Rigon wanted to get some extra points in the book to protect his championship lead.
Liverpool keeping 3rd position, and the interesting AC Milan dropping drastically from 2nd to 4th, and AS Roma jumping from 9th to 5th, if the position are remaining as they are now.
So there, 1st and 2nd place filling your screen at the moment.
I think FC Porto is not going to make a stupid move. He's not going to go for too many risks, because he needs that podium. He needs that podium finish. He's done a good race. He was starting on 11th on the grid, so it is a very good result for Tristan Gomendi. He had a brilliant start, overtook a line very early, and he's there now.
Well, the clock has stopped, so there will be one more lap to go, I believe. And is there anything that FC Porto can do? Are we going to have a Banzai last corner overtaking manoeuvre? I doubt it. But he's close now. Look at this, Frank. Can he have a go at him? No, he can't. Just doesn't have quite enough grip, doesn't have quite enough downforce, but he's still keeping up the pressure. Sensational racing here in Superleague Formula. Here they are.
Frank has a good exit from the last corner, and most of the time.
They go on to the final lap now. And it's not over yet. This is the last lap, and we've still got the 2 lead cars, 2 French drivers, but 2 very different football teams. And under the braking there, he closes right up, but there isn't enough space to go. And Frank Pereira is using all his experience to keep behind the fellow Frenchman, Tristan Gomendi. And can Gomendi do anything about it? Now he comes out of the slipstream, thinks better of it, tries down the other side, tries the long way round, but there isn't enough room, and he doesn't carry enough speed. But he is still trying absolutely everything. Absolutely sensational battle to the line.
He's gonna try. No, he can't. No. Let's hope. Oh, Frank makes a mistake. He loses it.
Oh no! Just gives him the win. Virtually, gives him the win, and Frank Pereira will rue that day.
Oh no!
And Frank,
you know,
well, goodness me,
clever move from Tristan Gomendi, who faked he was gonna make a move. Frank Pereira had to defend, and it damaged his braking line, and there he goes.
And Gomendi then on the last lap, he's pulled out 3 or 4 lengths. Well, we didn't think he'd be able to do it. We were wrong. An absolutely sensational race here. We've had incidents at the start, and now we've had a last lap overtaking manoeuvre for victory, and that is the checkered flag that he's going to see, and Gomendi scores a famous victory. This has been the best race in Superleague Formula here at Vallelunga. Magnificent battle between the 2 Frenchmen. We had Eindhoven coming in here, then Liverpool FC, Beijing, David Rigon crowning a great weekend here. Of course, he won the first race, and then Craig Dolby coming home for 6th position. Then Glasgow Rangers and the youngster in the Al Ain car also doing a very good job coming home in 8th place.
there was no need to defend for Frank at that stage, because if he did break at his normal spot, he wouldn't have been overtaken by Tristan. So it's a real mistake, basically, to have defend. It's pressure, exactly. Tristan did a good job by putting pressure, faking he was going to make a move, and Frank defended too late, and it made him go straight.
Here we see it again, look. This was the key to the whole race. And he said, thank you very much. Frank went wide, he drove by and headed towards that checkered flag. See it again from another angle. See, scrabbling there out in the marbles. And heaven knows what he was saying in his crash helmet. There we see it on board. Well, goodness me.
The car is so big and so wide that you cannot change your line at the last moment. You cannot be inside of the corners when it's such a narrow corner. Otherwise, you're never going to turn the car around. And that's exactly what happened to Frank, defending too late. Very good job from Tristan. Good job from Frank as well. He was starting from third, finishing second. Lots of crashes. But
well, there is the
safe
result then. Porto from Rome. Actually, in the end, the gap 1.482 seconds. Well, changing halfway around the last lap, that lead. Eindhoven, Liverpool, Beijing, Anderlecht, Rangers, Alain, Olympiacos, and Tottenham Hotspur. We had quite a few retirements, of course, some of them for the various incidents we saw. And, of course, that big incident at the start and then the big crash with Dortmund. All action here as the winner comes to a halt. He is handed a checkered flag and he will climb out, and surely he will show plenty of emotion.
And the story about Tristan Gamendi is that his hand is very painful. His hand is all swollen from a crash yesterday, and he's been suffering very much in the car. I was talking with him, and he probably was suffering all the way through the race.
Yeah. And well, you see the body language there with
not very happy.
Frank Pereira. He knows he made a mistake.
Yes.
And probably had problems with the car maybe, but there is the winner, and he throws his gloves, and the checkered flag, black and white stripes on his uniform, black and white checkers on the all-important flag in motor racing, the checkered flag. And I'm not quite sure what they're doing down there, but
they're trying to.
Oh yes, they're starting a little motor to keep the radiators cool after the race from heat soak.
Tristan finally relieved after a very difficult start of a season.
There are some of the fans and the AS Roma fans who have been disappointed not to see their car successful here, but certainly Frank Pereira gave them plenty to cheer for most of the race. And
PSV Eindhoven being third.
Yep.
I forgot to talk about him. Very good race from him.
Yeah.
Was a race winner in Nürburgring, and there he goes. He's on the podium again.
Yeah, and I think we can get down there and find out first from the third place driver exactly how his race had gone.
Jelmer, congratulations. You managed to stay out of trouble and you're on the podium.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a difficult weekend for us. A lot of problems, especially in the beginning. We had to change an engine last night. And then the first race was difficult. Then we changed the car a bit. And good second race, good pit stops. Guys, they did a great job. And glad to be on the podium. Thank you.
So there are the top three cars. In just a moment, we'll be able to hear from the man who lost the race right on the very last lap, of course. And just trying to get hold of him at the moment. And let's now hear what he has to say, Frank Pereira.
Frank, great battle between you and Porto, but he just caught you on the last lap.
Yeah, it's a shame, you know. It's very difficult for a driver losing, you know, on the last lap, especially with the battle that we have since history, you know. Unfortunately, you know, I had a good start. The pit stop was not very good because Suchek stopped, so I hit the mechanic, I'm sorry, you know, and I lose so much time. But I was leading, I was surprised, you know. But before with Tocacello, he really made a very dangerous, you know, closing, and they hit me my right, you know, and I don't know, I couldn't really stop the car anymore. That's why Porto was catching me, you know, and we could won anywhere like this, but it's my fault, you know, so I'm disappointed.
Okay, well done.
Thanks.
So he was struggling with the brakes. That's the message we're hearing from that interview there. But what about the man who